Hello everybody! Yes, it's your good friend Possible here. I'm back, and we're getting ready for the next batch of movies. I can guarantee you that none of this stuff has been professionally rewritten or written beforehand, that's why it sounds like such crap. But I'm here, and I'm not very happy, because why does Hollywood always do this to me? They can go for weeks at a time, sometimes months at a time, and release nothing of interest, all a bunch of passes, but then they come out with these movies that just look really good, and they all come out at once. And for some reason, September 21st of this year, they decided to dump on a whole bunch of really good movies. We'll go in alphabetical order, so we'll start with Dredd. That's right, the Ultimate Cop is back, and no, it's not Sylvester Stallone this time. It's Carl Urban. You might remember him from Star Trek. He was the reboot movie with Chris Pine, and he was Dr. McCoy. And I don't know if you're going to see much of his face. I've seen the previews. The good news that they promise to stay closer to the comics. And in the comics, Dredd never takes off his helmet. I'm suspecting that in this movie, we might have a superhero who never takes off his helmet. These movies are violent. So, unless you're already a fan of them and you're ready for some ultra-violence, I recommend you see it. Otherwise, this probably isn't the movie for you. Next on our list, The End of Watch. Looks like it's going to be some more violence as Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena play best friend buddy cops who just like to work the streets until one day, for some reason, the cartels are gunning for them, putting a huge price on their heads. They have to find out why and solve the mystery. Something like this could be really good. Of course, something like this could be really bad. But I'm trusting actually Jake Gyllenhaal, though I have not forgiven him yet for Donnie Darko. I'm going to recommend that you see it. Next up, fresh from her Hunger Games success, Jennifer Lawrence is betting on shows that begin with the letter H for her next big hit, House at the End of the Street. This is one of those movies where a young family, a single mother and her daughter, move into a small house that they can afford because of a crime that has happened there recently. Now she falls in love with the boy next door. Pity it's not me, but it's just a movie, so my heart's still ready for you, Jennifer. There's a mystery. There's this craziness. It looks horror. It looks like horror. It looks suspenseful. Looks thrilling. It looks like you should see it. I think it's going to be worthy of us. Next up on our list, The Trouble with the Curve. The original ultimate bad boy is back, and he's badder than ever. I have to admit, Clint Eastwood has made a career saying the things people are not allowed to say and doing the things people are not allowed to do. I'm sure deep down he's a great guy. He's been out of the tabloids for a long time. But here he's an aging baseball recruiter who is accompanied by his daughter, who is being wooed by Justin Timberlake. That alone would send me to the grave if I were Clint Eastwood's age. Basically, it's their life and trying to, get his life back on track. He's trying to be a recruiter, but he really can't see the field. And he's trying to get his team the best players possible. The Trouble with the Curve looks heartwarming, and of course it features America's favorite pastime and America's favorite, actor from our past. So I'm going to recommend that you see it. It definitely looks worthy. Next up, we got The Perks of Being a Wallflower, a movie I have to admit I personally find offensive. I mean, as a past wallflower myself, the shy kid that people rarely talk to, trust me, you do not garner the attention of an Emma Watson, okay? You never get somebody that good looking. That being said, this is one of those depressing, he wants to be a writer. It's probably based on a true story, based on the original writer's experience, that kind of stuff. But it's going to be sad. It's going to have all the high school drama in it and everything. You can tell I'm not a fan. That's why I'm going to recommend that you pass on this movie. There are plenty of great movies out there. I think this one can be worthy of being waited on. Moving right along to our last one, Unconditional. A story inspired by true events, which means probably 5% of it are true. Let me see if I can explain this to you in such a way that it does it justice. These two adults, the lady you see and the gentleman you see, grew up as friends, but they haven't seen each other in years. Suddenly, by fate or by chance they reconnect. And her husband is murdered, and his life isn't where it's supposed to be. His dreams haven't panned out the way he wanted them to be. Something I can more than relate to. And now it's this movie about how do you get on with your life, how do you get on with life when life is falling apart, type of thing. You know, do you get the revenge? I saw this one scene where she's walking out with a gun. How does he, you know, do right by his children when he doesn't have a job and stuff? He might have a job, who knows? It's one of those heartwarming, truly, you know, work hard and see what you can do movies. I'm giving it a see it. I think it should be a worthy movie. So there you have it. We got so many movies to watch. I am definitely planning on seeing you at the theater. And I'll catch you then.